Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be going over Elementor's new pricing changes. I'm going to show you the difference between the old pricing and the new pricing, and then I'm going to go over a couple different alternatives that are faster and cheaper than Elementor if you decide that Elementor maybe isn't for you anymore. My name is Jake from startblogging101.com, and let's get right into it. So the very first thing I want to go through is Elementor's old pricing. So you can see here, this was the old pricing table. Elementor always had a free version, but we're not really worried about the free version for this video. Elementor Pro offered 3 different plans. It was Personal, Plus, and Expert. You can see with Personal here, it was $49 a year, and that was for one site. And Elementor Pro gave you theme builder and all sorts of extra pro widgets and things, and that was really where the meat and potatoes of Elementor Pro was. And then the Plus plan was $99 per year, and that was for 3 sites. And then the Expert, the top tier plan, was $199 per year. That was up to 1,000 sites. And then on February 9th of 2021, Elementor posted on their blog announcing that they would have new pricing model and plans. One important note here is that if you are already on an existing active subscription plan, nothing changes for you. So anybody who already has a subscription plan with Elementor prior to March 9th, 2021, you are grandfathered in. There's nothing you need to worry about and nothing changes for you. But as of March 9th, 2021, the new Elementor pricing model and plans have taken effect, and now these affect you. So let's go over the new pricing and see what it's all about. As you scroll down on the blog post here, you can see their new pricing table, and I have this a little bigger here. And so I just want to point out a few differences with the base plans that changed. So if I go back to the old pricing, you can see that the first plan was called Personal and Plus and Expert. They renamed the first 2 plans to Essential and Advanced. Nothing changed there other than the name itself. You can see the Essential is still $49 per year. It's for one website, and that includes all the pro features and premium support. The Advanced plan is $99 per year for 3 websites, and that includes pro features and premium support. So if I go once again back to here, you can see it's the same exact thing as these 2 plans here. And then the Expert plan actually didn't change its name at all, but there is a huge difference here that has now taken effect. So it's $199 per year, but now it's for only 25 websites. And so if you look at the old pricing here, the $199 per year Expert plan used to be good for 1,000 websites, and now it's only good for 25 websites. And to counteract that, they have announced that there will be 100 plus website kits. The new Expert plan does still only have premium support. There is higher level support, which I'll get to shortly here. But the fact that they changed it from 1,000 to 25 sites affects anybody who has anywhere in the 25 to 1,000 site range that they manage. So if you're an agency or whatever it might be, and you're managing a number of WordPress websites, this is going to affect you. And then the 2 new plans that Elementor has come out with are Studio and Agency. So the Studio is $499 per year, and that's good for up to 100 websites. And one of the biggest changes is it now includes VIP support, which it says is live chat for up to 5 members. And that also comes with the 100 plus website kits. And then the last and top tier Elementor pricing plan now is called Agency. It's $999 per year for 1,000 websites. So basically $1 per website if you have 1,000 websites. It includes all the pro features. It also includes VIP support like the Studio plan does as well, and 100 plus website kits. Now, if you've used software before, whether it be WordPress or anything else, you know that support is a huge, huge help. And if you don't have good support, that can really ruin your experience that you have with that software program. And so the fact that Elementor is adding VIP support, which is going to be top of the top support, obviously we'll be able to see once that actually becomes a thing on how good it is, but I'm sure it will be much, much better than even just the premium support that you get. And if you want an answer, you'll be able to get an answer hopefully right away, whereas premium support will be just like your normal support like Elementor has always had. Now, me personally, when I heard about these pricing changes, I was pretty surprised, to be honest. This is a pretty big change. I think that the expert plan changing from 1,000 sites to 25 sites is a huge change, and that's going to probably upset a number of people. I could be wrong. I personally dropped page builders in 2020. In fact, when I first started blogging back in 2014, I was using the X theme, and X theme came with a page builder called Cornerstone. It's still out there today. It was super fun to play with at the time. This was when I was an amateur blogger. I knew nothing about WordPress, and I was able to build all these beautiful websites and everything. And as I went on with blogging and kept building some pages with page builders, my page speed was really hurting. In fact, for over a year, according to Google Analytics data, the average total page load time on one of my blogs was 17 seconds. Now, you have to keep in mind that Core Web Vitals and that kind of thing were not a thing back in 2016, but the total page load time was 17 seconds on one of my blogs, which is just crazy. In fact, I had thousands of people bouncing from my site that would come to my site. They would see just a blank page for a long time, whether that be, 5 to 10 seconds, but people have short attention spans on the internet today, and they'd back out, and I was losing thousands of people in traffic every single month, which, as you know, thousands of people can equal thousands of dollars throughout the year. And that was really hurting my page experience by using the Cornerstone Page Builder. And then in 2019, I switched themes. In fact, I changed to the Astra theme. I did pair Astra with Elementor, and I used it for a very short while until I learned about a new theme, which I'll get into shortly here. And I found out that I don't need a page builder anymore. In fact, there is what I think a much better solution. It is much faster, and it's way cheaper than Elementor's new pricing here. And I found out that my page speed skyrocketed as soon as I dropped page builders. And that is what my whole mantra is all about. In fact, I started Start Blogging 101 specifically to start teaching other people how to create fast, profitable websites without the use of page builders, and show you that Gutenberg, which is the built-in WordPress editor, is the future of WordPress, and it's something that you should probably consider switching to if you want to be ahead of the curve and get a huge leg up on the competition versus people that are using page builders and getting slow page speeds from it. And so now I want to show you a side-by-side comparison with a page that was built with Elementor and the same exact page that was built with Gutenberg blocks, and show you the page speed differences, and then tell you about the two different products and let you decide which one you think is better. And this website right here is one that I just purchased a brand new domain name not that long ago, and I put a starter template on it from Kadence Starter Templates, and Kadence is the theme that I use. In fact, you can see here are the Kadence starter templates. They have a number of these listed for different areas, whether it be blog, business, e-commerce, learning, and membership sites. And I'm specifically using this membership starter template, which is actually a Kadence membership only starter template. So you can only get it if you're a Kadence member. I'll go over that a little later. But it's a beautiful starter template. And the nice thing is that they offer it in both an Elementor version and a Gutenberg version. And so this one right here, this is the Elementor version of the starter template. And if you scroll down here, you can see all of the different sections that they have here and all the different blocks that they've built out. They have, an email address with a submit your form and various different teachers, and showing a number of different like testimonial and block style things. And this whole starter template has a number of pages. They have a podcast page, a book page. In fact, I can just show you here quick. So if you have, podcasts for your business, or you have a book that you want to sell, they have various pages built, but this is all built with Elementor. But just to give you an idea of page speed, I put this on this website. I did not put any front-end optimization plugins, so I didn't add anything like SG Optimizer if you're using SiteGround. I didn't use WP Rocket. I didn't use any front-end optimization so that I could get raw speeds to show you the page speed of this. And I ran a page speed test on GTmetrix, and I'll show you the results here. So this is the GT metrics report. It is an image that I took and I posted it in the Start Blogging 101 Facebook community online. And I'm always playing around with page speed and things like that. So I post a number of these images on there. If you'd like to join that at all, it's completely free. But here is the page speed results from GT metrics on the Kadence starter template built with Elementor. So you can see it had a grade letter of C, which doesn't really mean a whole lot, but it had a performance of 61%, structure 96%. But you can see the largest contentful paint was 2.5 seconds, which is red. It had a total blocking time of 269 milliseconds, and it had 0 cumulative layout shift, which is good. And for anybody that doesn't know yet, a quick recap of what these are. These are Google's core web vitals. There are 3 core web vitals. Its largest contentful paint. It's technically first input delay, which has also been known as total blocking time, and then cumulative layout shift. And Google has announced that as of May 2021, the core web vitals will be part of a ranking factor for your website. So if you score green for all 3 of these, Google will give you a little boost in rankings, which is always a good thing, because the higher you jump up, even in fact just one spot from number 3 to number 2 on Google can mean hundreds, if not thousands, of extra views per month, depending on what keywords your article and blog posts are ranking for. And I should note that this is using the free version of Elementor. In fact, this starter template is not even built with Elementor Pro because they don't want you to have to purchase Elementor Pro just to get this template. So they only used free widgets and modules that are offered through the free version. And for those of you that have used Elementor before, if you see these scores, I think that a number of you might even say that these are actually pretty good. And the reason for that is because it's using Kadence theme, which is a very lightweight, amazing, customizable theme in the background to give these numbers. But you can see that they're obviously not great and there is room for improvement. And as I said just a little earlier, there is no front-end optimization plugin that I'm using. So obviously you could get better numbers than this, but the raw numbers, which is good to show, are these. And you can see that the largest contentful paint is in the red, the total blocking time is in the yellow, and the cumulative layout shift is perfect, which is good. But just by putting Elementor, free Elementor on your website, you are automatically and instantaneously slowing down your website to these types of numbers. And so now I want to show you the Gutenberg side of things. And so here I am on the back end of the website in the WordPress dashboard, and I'm currently on the Kadence Starter Templates plugin here that I was telling you about before. And you can see there's a drop down here. And so they have different starter templates for both Elementor and Gutenberg. I'm currently in Elementor. And here is the same get income starter template that I was talking about before. It does have that membership tag because it's for Kadence members only. And if I click into here, if I were to import this into a website here, you can see all of the required plugins. So it uses Kadence Blocks, it uses Kadence Blocks Pro, it uses Kadence Pro, which is the Pro add-on of the Kadence theme. And then it uses Fluent Forms for different forms, and then Elementor, as I showed before. So that was the starter template that I just had imported, and I had shown you the page speed for it. But if I back out here, and then I switch to Gutenberg, you can see that many of the same starter templates are in here as well, but just built with Gutenberg. So here's that same exact get income starter template that requires the membership. And if I click into here, you can see that it's only using Kadence Blocks, Kadence Block Pro, and Kadence Pro. And so it's not using Elementor anymore. And it's also not using Fluent Forms because it's using just a form block from Kadence Blocks itself. And if you are unfamiliar with Kadence Blocks, I have it installed here, the Pro version. So what Kadence Blocks is just an extension of the Gutenberg block editor. And so they're all Gutenberg blocks, but they're just an extension of them. And so it just adds a number of blocks that gives you a page builder type of experience, such as a row layout or forms or galleries, buttons, icons, dividers, headings, all sorts of them. You can read through them all here. And so what it does is it's a lot more lightweight than Elementor, and it still gives you a number of the same blocks that you're used to using with Elementor. And so I'm just going to import that into the site by going to starter templates here. I'm on the Gutenberg tab here, and I'll go to get income. And you can also see here that you could come through and you can change the look and feel of the site by just adding different colors using Kadence's global color palette, which is really, really cool. But I'll just leave it what it was. And you can change the typography for the whole website and things here. But I'll go through and import the full site here. And now that the site import is complete, it only took about a minute. You can see it says finished, view your site. And so here's the website now. In fact, does this look familiar? It probably does, because it looks identical to the starter template I was just showing you before, except this is now not built with Elementor whatsoever. This is only built with Gutenberg plus Kadence blocks and Kadence Blocks Pro, which, like I said, are just an extension to Gutenberg blocks. And that's just the built-in WordPress editor. And so what it does is it gives you an extension of additional blocks to give you page builder type features to allow you to build pages like this. So if I scroll down here, you can see all of the same sections. You have the same numbers and different blocks. In fact, here's the email address and submit form that you had just seen before. It has the different teachers listed, and it has the different testimonials and things like that. In fact, I'll just scroll up here and we can go to the podcast page, and this looks identical to what you saw in the Elementor version. And here's the book page if you have a book or whatever it might be. But like I said, this looks the exact same, but now it's built with Gutenberg. And what I'm most excited to show you about is the page speed difference that you'll get. So I kept everything the exact same. In fact, this website is hosted with Cloudways, which is the best performance. It's using a Vultr high frequency server, which is the best performance that you can get for the money when it comes to hosting. And I didn't install any front-end optimization plugin or anything. The only thing that I've changed in this test is the actual starter template used, an Elementor starter template versus a Gutenberg starter template. And now let's go through a GTmetrix page speed report and see how it does. And so here's the page speed report. It is vastly different and much, much faster than the Elementor version. We have a GTmetrix grade of an A. Like I said, doesn't mean a whole lot, but performance of 99%, structure of 97%. The largest contentful paint is only 0.9 seconds. It had 0 total blocking time and 0 cumulative layout shift right off the bat. That is insanely, insanely impressive considering that I have 0 front-end optimization done. So that means that these numbers could be even better as soon as you enable a good caching plugin. I didn't show this before, but the time to first byte down here is very fast at around 157 milliseconds. It was pretty similar to that. In fact, I'll just show you the old one here quick. So here's the older page speed report with the Elementor page. The time to first byte was 149 milliseconds. And just a refresher, the largest contentful paint was 2.5 seconds with 269 milliseconds of total blocking time. And so you can see that just by switching from Elementor to a Gutenberg starter template, which is a matter of clicking pretty much a button to import the starter template, we shaved off 1.6 seconds on your largest contentful paint, and we shaved off nearly 250 milliseconds of total blocking time. The cumulative layout shift is 0 for both of them, which is great. But that's just crazy because now we're in all green. And if you were to use this starter template built with Gutenberg, you would already be in all green for all 3 of Google's Web Core Vitals. And because of that, you would then be getting a boost in the rankings just by switching one simple thing. And so that is just incredible. That is why I am just so passionate about using the Gutenberg editor, because using Gutenberg with Kadence and Kadence blocks, you can build anything that you would build in Elementor. And as I even said before, the Elementor numbers, those are actually pretty good numbers for Elementor. In fact, I see dozens and dozens of posts on Facebook groups. I'm constantly in a number of Facebook groups and monitoring those. And people get much worse numbers than the Elementor numbers that you just saw previously. I'm seeing, largest contentful paints anywhere from 6 to 10 seconds. People have a D, E, or an F for a geometrics grade, and they just have no clue where to start. And I'll tell you that by changing simply your hosting, which is the number one most important thing, using a lightweight and very customizable WordPress theme such as Kadence theme, and then by not using page builders, dropping page builders and going to Gutenberg and using something such as GenerateBlocks and GenerateBlocks Pro. And then the fourth thing is using a caching plugin, which I didn't do for this page speed test because I wanted to show you the raw numbers. But if you just do those simple things, you can greatly, greatly increase the page speed and hit those core web vitals that are going to be so vital come May of 2021, no pun intended. And so now I just want to go over pricing between Elementor and Kadence Blocks and Kadence Theme, or even just the Kadence membership in general. As a quick refresher, with the new plans here, if you have under 25 websites, you're really not going to be affected by Elementor's new pricing changes because all the pricing plans are still priced the same. But if you have over 25 websites, for example, if you're an agency or you manage a number of WordPress websites, you'll be paying anywhere from $199 per year to $999 per year. And with Elementor, you're probably using a theme right now. If I had to guess, you may be using the Hello theme from Elementor, or maybe you're using your own theme. In fact, some of you may be using Kadence or Astra or GeneratePress or whatever it might be that you're using already. And you know that themes themselves, if you're using the Pro version of the theme, already have a cost. And if you're using a Pro version of the theme and then add Elementor Pro on top of that, that's just an additional cost. And so say you're at the agency level, you're paying $999 per year plus the Pro version of a theme and whatever else you're using, and that can really add up. So I want to just show you the Kadence pricing now and compare it to Elementor. So here's Kadence's pricing right now. This is for just Kadence Pro, the theme itself. So that won't give you Kadence blocks. But the Pro version just annually is $69 per year. But the full membership is where the best value is and where you'll be able to get all the things that I showed you, including the starter template and everything. In fact, if you buy a Kadence membership, you can use it on unlimited sites. So you're not tied to 1,000 sites. Now I know that's a lot, but still having no limit on sites is fantastic. You get 1 year of support. If this is just the annual plan, like I said, you get Kadence Theme Pro, which has tons and tons of features that I already have some videos on and blog posts about that you can go search. I'll have links in the description below. But then it does have members only starter templates. So the one that I showed you today is the first one that they came out with. They're going to be coming out with more. They are full featured. They have tons of pages and content built out for them so that all you have to do is just switch out the content. It comes with Kadence Blocks Pro. And so Kadence Blocks Pro adds all of these blocks here in this column that you can see. Here's the free version of Kadence Blocks and all the ones that you get. So if you want the free version, you can just use that, and that gives you plenty to build different websites and stuff. But the Pro version of Kadence Blocks has all this, and that's normally $59 a year. But the membership includes that already with it. So you don't need to pay that additional money for Kadence Blocks Pro. It includes a child theme builder, which is new. And that, say you're an agency and you have a template of a website that you would like to sell, or maybe you create 5 different templates of websites that you always push out to clients to get them started. Well, you can build a child theme with whatever layout you want and different design, and then you can go and package those up and sell them so that people can just easily download them and instantly have them. It's an incredible thing that I would need to make another video on sometime. It includes Kadence Woo Extras, which are a number of extra WooCommerce features if you use that, Kadence AMP, and then it includes all of their themes and plugins and any future themes and plugins that they may come out with. And the really nice thing about Kadence is that they actually offer lifetime pricing, whereas Elementor is constantly always an annual fee. Kadence offers a lifetime deal. And so it just for a lifetime of Kadence Pro, which I'm not really talking about in this video, but that's just the Pro version of the theme, that's $269. But the lifetime Kadence membership, so that includes everything I just talked about, including lifetime support and updates. So this would be a one-time cost. That's it. and you would get member-only templates. You would get Kadence Blocks Pro, you get Kadence Theme Pro, you'd get the child theme builder, you would get every single plugin and update that Kadence comes out with for life, and that is only $599. And I think that this is already undervalued at $599. In fact, when Kadence first announced it was cheaper, and people missed the deal, and then it went up in price, and then people missed the deal and it went up in price, and so it's currently at $599. I think that's an absolute steal for the money still today, and I would not be surprised if this goes up sometime in the future as well. But just to show you real quick, here is that same Gutenberg starter template, and I'm just editing the page now. And so if I click in here, this is, for example, a row layout, which is just like you would have, very similar to Elementor. And you can go through and see exactly how it's built. You can see all the settings on the side here. You have responsive settings for tablet and mobile, and you can see your different buttons and all sorts of things and how each of these pieces is built. So if you're unfamiliar with building in Gutenberg, which it admittedly is a change and definitely different from what you're used to, but if you give it some time, Gutenberg keeps getting better with every single WordPress release. And I promise that if you give it some time, you will start to become familiar with this and how to build pages pretty quickly. And there are a number of people that have already seen, well, tons of people that have switched from Elementor to Gutenberg, but a number of people that actually prefer the Gutenberg editing experience as it gets better and better. And Kadence Blocks is doing an incredible job of doing just that. So I just wanted to show you that because you can go through here and it's really nice to at least see how something is built, so that if you're wondering how to do something in Gutenberg versus Elementor, you're able to at least go through the starter template and see it for yourself to better familiarize yourself with it and get better at building different landing pages. And so just real quick here, if I come back to the Elementor pricing, say you have over 25 websites, you're somewhere in the 25 to 100 website range, you're gonna be paying $499 per year for the studio. And if you're purchasing a pro version of a theme, that's an additional cost, like I said, but that adds up. At $500 a year, it's definitely not cheap, that's for sure. And if we come back here, you can get the lifetime Kadence membership for $599. And that is a one-time cost. You pay once and you'll have everything Kadence for lifetime. And so that is just a crazy good deal. I mean, you saw that the page speed differences alone. I have a number of tutorials and blog posts that I'm working on to teach others how to get fast page speed by using Gutenberg and Kadence blocks and things like that. So that's just my take on it. I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Elementor versus Kadence blocks and Gutenberg, and using any type of theme that is tightly integrated with Gutenberg. One more honorable mention that I'd like to bring up, because I've also used this theme before, and I know that there are a number of people in the Start Blogging 101 Facebook group that are fans of this as well, and for the right reasons, is GeneratePress. So if you've ever heard of GeneratePress, it's another very fast, lightweight WordPress theme. In fact, the premium version of GeneratePress is $59 yearly or $249 lifetime. So they don't have a bundle or like a membership like Kadence has, but you can buy the theme and their blocks separately. So this is for the theme, this is the pricing for the theme. But then GenerateBlocks is also a very cool Gutenberg extension. If I just come to the home here, GenerateBlocks takes a different approach from Kadence in the sense that they only have 4 blocks that they offer, and it's container, grid, headline, and buttons. And with those 4 very simple elements, you can build basically anything you can think of. And it's very, very cool. I've used GenerateBlocks as well before and really love the simplicity and usability of them. And they just recently released a pro version of the blocks. You can see all the different features that they have here, such as a template library and global styles. Those are 2 of the biggest things. And they have pricing here, which is $39 a year for one site, $69 a year for 10 sites, or $99 a year for 250 sites, which is considerably less than Elementor as well. So that's something to at least look at as well. I won't go into detail with any type of starter templates or anything here, because that's much better suited for a different video. But I did want to at least point that out, because there are tons of people that have switched from Elementor to either Kadence and Kadence blocks, or GeneratePress and GenerateBlocks. And I only wanted to bring up these two because I only wanted to point people to a theme and a block plugin that integrate together. So I'm not a huge fan right now of using a theme and then a completely different third-party Gutenberg block builder. And the reason is because there isn't really a whole lot of integration between the theme itself and the blocks. And so purchasing a product where you have the theme, such as Kadence theme, and Kadence blocks that integrate perfectly together, or GeneratePress and GenerateBlocks that integrate perfectly together, your experience is going to be much, much better. And it's just an overall smoother experience. And you wouldn't have to redo a bunch of things. Whereas if you use the third-party Gutenberg block builder and then your theme came out with its own blocks, you'd then have to switch everything from the third-party one to the other block builder, and it would just get messy. So I just wanted to go over Kadence and GeneratePress because those are my two favorite ones currently at the time. So that's all I had for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the Elementor pricing changes. Is it too expensive, or do you think it's reasonably priced? I wouldn't be surprised if other page builders out there did in fact increase their prices as well to try to get more profit and things like that. And if so, it might be the perfect time for you to consider using Gutenberg and a Gutenberg block plugin such as Kadence blocks or GenerateBlocks or whatever it might be. There are a ton of amazing features that come with these that offer you the same type of experience for building pages, and your page speed will skyrocket instantly just by switching. And you'll be able to then hopefully be able to get a boost in the Google rankings with the core web vitals all being in the green. So take the fact that these are faster, plus they're much cheaper than Elementor's new plans, and it's a win-win-win in my book. So that's why I switched over to using Kadence theme and Kadence blocks in 2020. I have not looked back, and I don't ever plan to look back and use page builders. In fact, I challenge you to at least give it a try. The free version of the Kadence theme and free version of Kadence blocks will get you very, very far just with those, and then consider looking into the pro versions, which will then supercharge the features and add even more. If you guys like this video, consider joining the Start Blogging 101 Facebook community. I'll have a link in the description below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and ring that bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.